So it's been about a week since I bought the Google Pixel Watch 2. I'm going to take you through my first impressions of this watch, and I'm going to directly answer your questions as well. So let's dive into it. First question here, a direct battery life comparison with the first gen Pixel Watch. Unfortunately, the first gen Pixel Watch that I had broke, the back cover fell off. It does look like Google did improve the back cover design with the new Gen 2 Pixel Watch, so that'll be something I watch out for. Now, what I can tell you is just anecdotally how the battery life feels on the Pixel Watch 2 versus the Watch 1. It does feel a bit better, but the main thing that Google changed that I think actually makes the biggest difference with this watch for battery life is actually the charging time. The charging time on the Pixel Gen 1 watch was just slow. Happy to report with the Pixel Watch 2, so far when I look at the battery life of where it is when I put it on the charger and then when I take it off the charger, it's neck and neck with what Apple has with the Apple Watch Series 9. Like, I never have to worry about running out of battery with that watch so far. All right, next question. What features do you miss out on with the Wi-Fi version versus LTE? What things do you miss out on with Fitbit Premium? Well, obviously, taking phone calls, getting texts and other notifications without having your phone on you, that's the real main benefit. But I've always found the monthly price for adding the phone to my phone plan isn't worth it. I'd just rather have my phone on me. The other part of your question here, this was related to somebody else asked. This is specifically, what can you do with this watch without paying any monthly subscription fees? Now, I took that to really talk about Fitbit Premium, since that's the main subscription fee you're going to run into when you buy this watch. And so here's what Premium gets you: a daily readiness score, workout videos, and audio sessions. Now, the workout videos and audio sessions, though, they're similar in a way to what Apple does with Apple Fitness Plus, but it is just not as polished, I'll say. It's good. Like, it's a good start, but it's not like you can cast it to your TV, see the data from your watch on the TV, see like how many seconds you have left in this rep. Like, Apple just does a really fantastic job with their integration with the Apple Watch and their Fitness Plus subscription product. Apple also has a new feature that builds a workout routine for you that lets you choose your favorite coaches and type of music you want to listen to with your workout, which is really great for just getting started with a fitness app. Another thing that you get with Fitbit Premium, though, that I quite like is sleep score details. So when you don't pay for Fitbit Premium, you see your sleep score, but you don't get any of like the finite details of your sleep. Plus, with Premium, you get a sleep profile, stress management score, and details. Without Premium, you just get the stress management score. The readiness thing is also really nice. Like today, I did a workout yesterday, and on Fitbit, it's just like your readiness score is 1 because we could tell you did an intense physical workout yesterday and you had good sleep, but you probably just want to rest today. That is something I do really like that Fitbit and other trackers do. All right, now also with Fitbit Premium, you get mindfulness sessions, a wellness report, recipes and meal hacks, and safety signal with the 4G LTE watch. So the other question that you had on what else do you get with the LTE version, safety signal is a feature that you only get with that version of the watch and you only get with Fitbit Premium. Now, without Premium, though, if you don't want to pay for Fitbit Premium, here's some of the other things you also get for free: meal and water logging, menstrual health tracking, blood glucose tracking, weight and metrics tracking, health metric trends, real-time metrics, heart rate, calorie burn, active zone minutes, and activity tracking. So you still get quite a lot of the typical fitness tracker features. It's just some of the stuff that's more like analytics and insights. That's what you're paying for with Fitbit Premium, plus, you know, the fitness like classes you can cast onto your TV, things like that. All right, next question. Is it physically resilient against knocks and scratches? As resilient as it can be for a watch made of glass. You cannot get a sapphire crystal display with the Pixel Watch 2 like you can with an Apple Watch. So you are, unless you put a screen protector on here, you're likely going to get it scratched at some point during its life. And with the Pixel Watch 1, I also never cracked the screen on that one as well. And it was either on my right wrist or my left wrist. I was switching them with the Apple Watch, and so it was game banged into everything, and it was fine. All right, next question. How much is it really different from the first Pixel Watch? I've got the first one. I'm not sure if it would be worth it to upgrade just for the battery life. It's not the battery life, even though I know Google on their slide that they were like, I think it was like it went from like, I don't know, 18 hours to 24 hours or something. It's the charging speed. That's the biggest difference on this thing, to me at least. If you use this as a sleep tracker, that's what you actually care about, less so the battery life. I mean, the battery life easily will last me all day, even if I wasn't using it as a sleep tracker, and I put it on the charger at night, easily gonna last me all day. A couple of other differences though, they changed the heart rate sensor, so apparently that's more accurate. Always on display, that's another huge difference. You could enable it on the Pixel Gen 1 though, that would degrade the battery life a little bit on that compared to this. Another thing I noticed when setting the Gen 2 watch up are there just a lot more options for watch faces and watch faces with complications. This is something I've always really dug on WatchOS with Apple's Apple Watch, is you can just have all of these different complications that tell you different pieces of information. That felt like something that was still missing on the Pixel Watch Gen 1. Google has definitely done a lot to improve that with the Gen 2, where I'd be happy having this as my everyday watch face, because it now is my everyday watch face. All right, next question. Is there any significant improvement in health measurements, more accurate heart rates, more accurate workout detections, anything that's better than Gen 1? Oh yeah, I should have mentioned workout detection. I'm not even sure it was a feature with the first watch, but with the Gen 2 though, it's pretty good in my experience so far. All right, next question. How fast does the Pixel 8 charge the watch in power share? It doesn't actually. That's because of the new Pixel Watch. It doesn't have the Qi charging technology in it anymore. The new charger for it actually has pins on it. That's probably how they got it to charge much faster. And are the pins ideal compared to what Apple does and what Pixel did in the previous generation? Probably not, but it gets you faster charging and I'll take it. Next question, better sleep and heart rate tracking compared to the Pixel Watch 1 and latest Apple Watch. So heart rate, I've noticed the Apple Watch and Pixel Watch Gen 2, they're about within 5 beats per minute of each other. So they're not exact, but they're, within a range of each other. For sleep tracking, overall, I found the Pixel Watch 2 to be more accurate. The Apple Watch Series 9, for whatever reason, seems to have a hard time differentiating between REM sleep, for me at least, and then being awake. The Pixel Watch 2 and Fitbit sleep tracking data just looks more in line with what you would expect from a sleep study showing the various sleep stages and different sleep cycles throughout the night. I think the general rule of thumb compared to if you actually put somebody in a sleep study lab and had all the correct medical equipment, they're 80% accurate. So even if you see your sleep cycle stages, you do have to take that with a little bit of a grain of salt, being these are generally what your sleep was like, but they're not exact. Next question, can this be used by itself, not paired with a phone? No, you have to, in order to set the Pixel Watch up, you have to have an Android phone to set it up. Then if you get the LTE version of the watch, you can go on a run and stuff and use it without your phone, sure. But in order to sync data and stuff back to the Fitbit app, things like that, you still need a phone. Next question. Also, what happens with Google Fit if you don't use Fitbit? So far, from what I've been able to tell, data from the Pixel Watch 2 only goes into that newly designed Fitbit app on my Pixel. It has not appeared in Google Fit, though from reports I've seen, there should be a way to get it into Google Fit, it just doesn't happen automatically. But even if you do get it to work, do note that the Fitbit app has exclusive access to the continuous background heart rate monitor on the Pixel Watch 2. So heartbeat data will be missing in Google Fit, and at that point, I'd just migrate to Fitbit. There are a couple of things I do want to mention about the new Pixel Watch 2 that are a little bit frustrating that Google still hasn't fixed. One, the iPhone's had this for a while now. When you unlock the iPhone, if your watch is already on your wrist, it just automatically unlocks. That doesn't work still. Though they did finally add syncing for bedtime mode and do not disturb, so that is now, when you put do not disturb on your watch or your phone, they do sync, so that's good at least. And then the only other thing that I found that's really frustrating on the watch still is when you're playing a podcast from an app like Pocket Casts on the Pixel 8, the Now Playing Media Player that comes up still does not have skip forward and skip back buttons for seconds for within a podcast. It's just skip to the next track or skip to the previous track buttons, which doesn't make any sense. And then the other thing that's annoying is Pocket Cast actually came out with a WearOS app, but unlike their Apple Watch app where you start a podcast on your phone, you just look at the Apple Watch and the podcast player just pulls up from Pocket Casts, which is what I would argue what you actually want. The WearOS Pocket Casts, it only allows you to like play podcasts from the watch. It does not sync with the podcast that you're currently playing on your phone. It's just not ideal compared to the experience you have on the Apple Watch. So that's been kind of frustrating. All right, and those are my initial thoughts on the Google Pixel Watch Gen 2 and my answers to your questions. Now, if you have any remaining questions or you want to share your experience with the new Pixel Watch, leave those in a comment below and consider giving this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe to the channel to see my full 6 months later review of the Pixel Watch Gen 2. And to see more of my videos on Google and other tech products, you can get to those by clicking on the videos above. For 6 months later, I'm Josh Tedder. Thanks for watching.